Hi there, and welcome to my video. Today I'm going to show you how I make my mixed media girl. I'm going to put it on this canvas board. I've done quite a few of them and I've never videoed it, showed people how I make it, so today is the day. So these are the ones that I've made in the past, and today I'm going to use my own jelly prints, and I'm excited to show you how it turned out. So I always start using the fluid satin medium. I like the finish and it keeps the papers down really nicely. So these are all jelly prints that I have made. I'm going to put a little link up in the corner to show you some of the other videos I have with jelly prints and how to make them if you haven't done them yet. So this is just something I use to keep the papers flat when they start to buckle. And something I always have to remind myself that maybe you have to remind yourself too is that a lot of times these papers will buckle when you put them down, and then as they dry, they get flat again. So I try not to get too crazy about making sure they're completely perfectly flat because they're going to go through their own little transformation as they dry. So these are all printed on copy paper or scrapbook paper. That last one that I put down was on deli paper, so it's a little more translucent and just really fun to use my own stuff in my artwork. So this edging up top is made from Viridian and Naples yellow. And I added a little titanium white as well, just to kind of lighten it up. So this is a jelly print I actually cut the shape of a dress out of, because I knew eventually I was putting that girl right in the middle. And this is a little technique that I kind of use to cheat a little when I'm drawing the face and the neck. So it's a Stabilo pencil, it's a grease pencil, and I'm drawing it on top of the deli paper. So what's cool about it is you can flip it over, and then I'm using just the back of the pencil to burnish it and create a little bit of a trace of what I already drew. So it just gives me some guidelines without making the full commitment of drawing on the board. So next I'm using gesso just to put that layer on top of the paper because I know that I'm going to put down a flesh colored paint and I don't want any of the papers to kind of peek through. So here's the flesh colored paint. It's actually flesh. The paint color is flesh, and I add a little white to it just to lighten it up because to me it looks a little too pink. And then once that's dry, I go in and I start kind of detailing where I want to put the hair. I have a specific way that I draw the face, so I know kind of the area that I need for the face. And I like to give the girl some big buns and just kind of have fun with the whole look. So I'm drawing the eyes here. I originally got the inspiration from my nieces for how the girls look, just kind of big eyes and sweet faces. So I'm drawing the chin and just the overall shape of what I'm going to paint in. So this is raw umber with just a touch of flesh added to it, just to soften it a little bit, because raw umber is a pretty cool color. So I wanted to just warm it up a tiny bit. Just kind of having fun with the hair. And there's a lot of like negotiating as I go, not getting too attached to it. So then I'm going in just to kind of paint the eyes with the Posca paint pens. It's a lot easier. I used to do it with paintbrush, and it does get a little tricky getting that detailed. So the pens make it a lot easier. And I'm giving her some gray eyes. And then I just started doing the details of the black with the Sharpie pen, but I definitely like using the Posca paint markers better. The Sharpie pen is great for detailed work, but just kind of coloring in, I like using the Posca markers. Now this is a gray micron pen, which I like for detail work as well. And some fluorescent pink for the lips. So when I was looking at the girl, I realized that I just didn't love the eyes. And in previous versions of this girl, I have given her some more hooded eyes. So I'm just going over it again with the flesh color, and I'm going to rework it once it gets dry. In the meantime, just adding a few more accents. This is something printed on deli paper with a stencil. It's kind of like a greenish brown. And then I wanted to add in some more line work with the Posca paint pen. This is one of my favorite things to do at the end, is just to add some details and kind of bring the whole piece together. Especially with my own interests. Like, I know there's a lot of trends that people put in and they draw certain things because that's what everyone's doing, but I try to stay true to my style and what I like on my artwork. These are fun little shapes. I love drawing them. And then once that dried, I just kind of gave them a little bit of a more hooded look, those eyes. So I was a little happier with that outcome. And then I like to add a little accent piece to her hair. This is Lily of the Valley, I think. Just some lilies. Just kind of gives her a little bit more pretty look. And then a little collar just to bring the neck and the dress together. One last touch on the eye. And here we are. You can see all these details. I kind of filled those in off camera. And you can see all the up close work. Hope you enjoyed following along today. It's been wonderful having you here. Here's a little picture of me with my studio show with all my girls. Thanks so much for joining me, and I hope to see you again soon.